Namaskar. I was meditating and in my mind two ideas and two philosophies have collided and they aligned very beautifully with each other and really inspired me. So I want to share those ideas with you and maybe you also will get inspired in meditation. So these ideas, they are 3,500 years apart, but they are beautifully in line with each other. One is in the intellectual area and another one in the spiritual area. One comes from Albert Einstein and another comes from Sri Krishna, the guru of the previous age. Einstein, at least this quote is attributed to him, he was saying that significant problems that we are facing today cannot be resolved at the same level of thinking that they were created on. So he was advocating that to resolve our problems, we need to seek intellectual innovation. Like we have a certain worldview, a certain paradigm in which we exist. We believe in something, certain system of beliefs, certain system of understanding. And then in that paradigm, some problems we can manage easily, but some problems which is beyond that circle cannot be managed with that current way of thinking. So you have to introduce new ideas. You have to innovate your intellectual arena of life. So, and then Einstein was a living embodiment of that kind of philosophy because he has introduced the relativity theory, which is completely out of box thinking. At those days, it was completely revolutionary. Even today, I find it very unusual way to think. It's very, you have to be very, very deep mental researcher to create that kind of understanding. So many problems are there in the social strata, in the economic strata, and in the scientific strata. And then there is a limitation, our worldview. And within that, our worldview, those problems cannot be resolved. So we have to strive to change that one. And similarly, Krishna is teaching, Krishna is saying, first of all, I want to say, what is the guru? Guru means the one who dispels the darkness. So Krishna was the guru of the previous age. Guru looks like a human being, but inside is not a human, is divine. We all carry that potential within ourselves. If you go within and within and within and within. Actually, in meditation, it becomes very evident. When you first come to when you leave your body, means you're not thinking anymore of your body. You're not thinking of the environment. You're not thinking of your thoughts. Then you are researching your own I. Already within that I, you feel joy. That divinity starts to unfold. And if you go deeper, there will be infinite knowledge, there will be infinite power, infinite wisdom, infinite inspiration and bliss. So, whenever it happens in the history, when that gap between normal state of mind is breached with the divine, when the consciousness, the spirit, the mind and the body all become one, that we call Guru. And then it is a divine personality and it gives divine teachings. So Guru of the previous age was Krishna. So he expressed his teachings in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the song of the Bhagavan, song of the divine entity. So what he's teaching, he's saying, Davi hesha gunamaya, mama maya duratya, mam eva je prapadyante, mayamitam tarantite. A very important shloka, very important verse in this Gita. Davi hesha gunamaya, this divine force, which consists of three gunas. Guna means a fetter, a rope that binds the consciousness. You know, this, according to yogic philosophy, this whole world is the combination of Shiva and Shakti. Consciousness and energy. And energy binds the consciousness and gives the shape to the consciousness. So, Daivi Hesha, divine force, is not any force like evil force. No, it is divine force, the force that belongs to God. Daivik yesha gunamai, mama mai duratya. It is my force of illusion. It is actually I, means Guru speaks in the name of God. He says like, when you identify it with the divine consciousness. So when you say I, it means consciousness. It is the force of consciousness, is my force of illusion. Whenever I pull that force on somebody, the person is there in that kind of worldview and cannot go beyond. It is unsurmountable. It's just same idea like in the Matrix movie. You are living there. It is the veil which has been pulled on your eyes, and you cannot see beyond that veil. You cannot see the true nature of the world. It has been, you have been conditioned to see the world the way you see. And you cannot go beyond your seeing. How to go beyond? Mama, duratya. Duratya means insurmountable. I remember one situation in my life. We were rafting. We were going with the boat on the mountain river. And it was very rough, very fast and very dangerous river. And we were rafting, and then there were many trees fallen and crossing our path. So at one instance, I fell over, and then I catch this log of the wood, and I went under the water. So I remember the current of the water was so strong, so powerful. I could not come out under the water, but I could not move even 1 millimeter. I tried very hard, all my muscles, but the current of water was so powerful that I could not move even an inch. So when I hear this word duratya, I remember that situation. And in that situation I thought, I was 20 years old that time. And I thought, actually it's okay, I'm not afraid to die. I was thinking, I'm dying now, I'm going to die because I'm under the water, I cannot come out. And it's okay. Only 2 regrets I have. One regret, I just learned to do meditation, and I have not meditated enough in my life. This one regret I have. And another regret, I just found my Guru. I found my perfect and beautiful Guru, and I have not enjoyed enough that fact that I have a Guru in my life. So the moment I thought those 2 thoughts, 4 hands catched my wrists and pulled me out. So my friends pulled me out, and then I am still alive. But I remember that being completely powerless in front of the nature is tremendous, and I could not do anything to overcome it. So similarly, the nature which conditions our mind is tremendous. And you are just there in the preconditioned environment. You are moving there. You cannot look beyond. So Krishna is saying, Mam eva je prapadyante, mayamitam tarantite. So those people who focus on me, who surrender to me, they are going to overcome that divine force by my grace. So me means both on focusing on Guru and focusing on spirit. So in meditation we try to focus on the very spirit, on the very very core. And around that core there are so many things. There is mind, and there is body, and there is many thoughts, many layers of the mind. But inside of that core, and there is these pearls. There are many pearls. But inside those pearls, there is a thread. So that thread inside of us, there is this consciousness. So that is, and Krishna also in the same Bhagavad Gita, he says, I am just like a thread which connects all the pearls together. Everything in this world is, is all around me. So inside of everything, I am there, I exist. So basically he speaks like a consciousness. So I experience that in my meditation. I experience when I go into my I feeling, then inside of that I feeling, I find there is a blissful and infinite reality. So that, by focusing on that, by worshipping that, by taking shelter in that, you overcome Maya. So we have different problems. We have like anger, jealousy, lust, attachment, greed, pride, fear, shyness, doubt, so many things. They are called enemies and fetters of the soul. And we are bound by those. And our mind is a construct of all those things. And within those walls we are moving. So spirituality is breaking out of the prison of the mind. So how to break out? You can imagine, there is like line, the continuum. Here is the spirit, here is the matter. And you can move your consciousness from here to there. So here is one world. And here is another world, completely different. And it is, you can experience in the same body, in the same mind, in the same personality. So when you start practicing meditation, your mind gets liberated. And your perception of the reality completely changes. So this is the teaching. So I also remember one story. It is connected with my guru, which is the guru of this age. So he was, there was one disciple. So that disciple, he was attracted to meditation. He would come and he would participate in singing, preparatory practice for meditation. And then during meditation, during collective meditation, he would disappear. And then he come back for the dinner. And then that was going for several months. And then somebody asked him, why are you doing like this? Why you disappear during meditation? He said, I just cannot tolerate this energy of meditation. Everything inside of me rebels. I feel so uncomfortable and I need to run away. And one day, our guru, who is this truly, enlightened personality, he was telling to disciples, you are very lucky because you can enjoy meditation. Some people, due to their karmic reactions, samskaric reaction, they cannot tolerate even that energy. They must run away. You are very lucky people. But if such people will do service to the world, service to society, selfless service to society, all the distortions inside of their mind will be straightened and they will be able to enjoy meditation. So this man, he got these teachings. Okay, I must do service. So soon this opportunity came for the service. He was walking and then there was a pond nearby and somebody was drowning in the pond. So he just thought, I must help this man. And then he jumped in that pond and then saved the man. And he started to drown himself. Because he discovered that he doesn't know how to swim. So, but some people came and also saved him. So after some time he already meditating, everything is good. And then he met the guru. And the guru is telling to him, look, you enjoying meditation now? He said, yes, I'm enjoying meditation. Are you happy? Yes, I'm happy. And then the guru said, that time when you jumped into that pond, you thought about me. And you could, that's why you could save that person. But then you thought about yourself, about all your limitations, about all your difficulties. And then you discovered that you don't know how to swim. If you continued to think about me or about your inner ability, your inner spirit, people would not have to save yourself. So think always about spiritual. Think either about guru or think about your inner self. So this is very inspiring story for me. It is also there is a teachings in spirituality, we believe that we should not think so much about obstacles. We should think about the goal, because the goal inspires, goal motivates. And spiritual goal, it just gives inspiration, it just gives bliss. And with that bliss is just, you come out of darkness and you are motivated to do something. You are motivated to move ahead, to progress. That inner drive you derive from the spiritual goal. Recently I was in India with one of my senior teachers, and he said something which touched me. He said, you know, Sadananda, if I write the book about my life, I'm sure nobody will want to become a monk. Because it is so difficult, so many difficulties I had to face in my life. But I'm here, all the difficulties were resolved, so look ahead, don't look behind, don't look at the difficulties, all difficulties, you will surmount all the difficulties. So I felt, yeah, very encouraging. So this understanding of these teachings really motivates me in meditation, because I understand that all the solutions for my problems, for my difficulties, for my challenges. I just came recently, I came back from my tour. I was 3 months in the tour, and I found out that there is some problems. And I don't know, I don't have any solution how to solve these problems. What to do? I don't know. I feel incapable, incompetent. So, but then I know that solution is there. If there is problem, there is always solution. There cannot be no solution. I just have to reach and find that solution. And that solution is inside of myself, inside of my own spirit, which is divine spirit. In every one of us, there is this divine spirit. So when I meditate, I feel, I'm coming, I'm coming. I have to focus my mind. I have to uplift my mind. I have to meditate stronger. So then slowly mind becomes calm and rises up. So I'm still seeking. Those solutions not found, but at least I got inspired to meditate. And I got some energy to record this video also. So this energy for creativity, energy for movement ahead, you take from meditation. You take from within yourself. There is an infinite well of energy and inspiration and wisdom. So, yeah, this is what I want to share. So, in the comments you write, how is your meditation? Are you doing meditation? If you're not doing, you start your meditation. This is the most important. This is the power station. With that power station, you can do anything. So, thank you very much. And also, I appreciate if you share this video, or you at least help the algorithm to promote our video by pressing the like button. Yeah, see you soon. Namaskar.